I was cracking everybody. Real quick. I'm about to head out for work, and I saw that one of the hopefully you're a subscriber, but SB, you you commented about 20 minutes ago, and you acknowledge you may have been disrespectful to whoever in another comment, and you were respectful in your comment right now. And you said that um, the majority of people in prison don't want to be rehabilitated or want to change. And so when I saw that, I said, you know what, I got to make this video, because I started typing, making a comment back to you. But it's important. It's very, very, very important for something like this to be aired out, right? Okay, so for the vast majority, I mean, pretty much their entire existence, the CDC's entire existence, their policy was to warehouse convicts, to warehouse criminals. Okay, and so when your goal is to just warehouse angry men, um, drug addicted men, people addicted to the criminal lifestyle, that is an addiction also. When your whole goal is to just house them there, without any rehabilitation efforts, without any therapy, anything like that, um, that right there, that recipe has been a failure for the taxpayers and our communities as a whole. Um, you got to remember that when guys would go to prison, and there were no vocations, and there was no job training, there was no therapy, there was nothing but, hey, hang out on the yard and do whatever the fuck you want for your hour and a half out of your cell or whatever. What happened was you had people meeting other people and learning about different types of crimes and how to be better at crimes and how to use different, you had dudes becoming the so-called perfect criminal, the perfect killer, whatever, right? And that's because they had nothing but time to do that, right? And there was no hope. There was no, and remember this, that the majority, it's got to be over 80% of the inmate population in California returns back to society. They are not lifers. They don't do 20, 30 years. They do 7, 8, 10, 15 years, and they go back to the community. Why would it be that you would, that the lawmakers would say, lock them up and throw away the key, knowing damn well they're not trying to rehabilitate these dudes that are just come back. It's just a revolving door. You got to understand that Governor Brown was the governor in the 70s when he was the governor the first time that put in place the basically lock them up, throw away the key mentality. He put in place the all the 180 style buildings. He changed the way the CDC was. He's gonna you're going to be hard on these dudes, right? And he admitted that the reason why he wanted to be governor again is because that was wrong. He, as a politician, as a human being, realized what he set in motion has robbed the state of resources, has robbed the state of money, has robbed our education system, has decimated our state, man, as far as, look at how big that budget is. So if the man behind that original push admits that it's wrong, really nobody else should be arguing that it's right. This guy knows all the statistics, things we don't know, or the regular person doesn't know. As far as blaming COs, I don't blame COs for nothing. What I don't agree with is that they have such a high paying job. Why is it that the states that border us, their COs don't get paid as much? You could say that to an extent they have the same violence, um, but those state governments have figured out it doesn't take all that money to house these guys, well, to pay for these guys, because the COs, like, I don't know what you think. Those of you that haven't been in prison, I don't know what you think that a CO does. You know, a CO's life is not in danger unless he disrespects somebody. You know, so let's make that clear. If they disrespect somebody, you know, a man in prison doesn't care if you're wearing blue or green. If you disrespect him as a man, you're gonna be dealt with as a man. And so, if a correctional officer is not um, disrespecting, or if he sees his coworker disrespect somebody, doesn't say, "Hey, hold up, man, this is gonna turn into some shit," then hey, that's prison, man. But what they do is they just sit there, man, and um, like I'm not gonna go into all that, but I'm not blaming COs. I'm blaming the way the system has been created and allowed to move, and what it's doing to our communities. You know, we had another person comment and say that I was hating on them because they're making more money than me, and that uh, the crooks are putting them their kids through college and buying them a big house and all that. That's what people do not understand. Crooks don't pay taxes. I'm paying taxes. You know, everybody out here that's working their fucking ass off and trying to make a good living, they're putting that CO's kids through college. They're buying their big house, not a crook. You gotta get that out of your head, man. Like, um, so what I wanted to say was, it's gonna take a process. It's a process that's gonna take time, right? So within the last few years of all the changes that have been going on with the CDC, which are great, which need to continue, and that, you know, more things need to happen, um and everyone say, "I mean, somebody's gonna say, oh, he's whining." I'm not whining. Your community will be safer when you give these men in there hope. That's the thing. These dudes have been hopeless for their whole lives. And yeah, hey, they deserve to be in prison for the crimes they commit. But while they're in there, let's spend some of this damn money. You know, some of the money that goes to COs and to their union. Why couldn't that, you know, their salaries go down, their hourly wages go down, and that money right there be funneled into, you know, any type of positive programs that would get these dudes to feel like, hey, you know what? It seems like they're really trying to help us change in here. And it's guaranteed that people will. Of course, you're going to have a small percentage that'll say, man, fuck that. Um, and it doesn't mean they don't want to go home. It just means that their beliefs, their mistrust of authority, their mistrust of humans, um, is that deep. You know, they've been burnt that bad where they just can't see that, hey, you know what? It's a possibility. That's the reality. But the vast majority of people in prison would like an opportunity to go home if they felt it was real. And that's why you've seen so many people getting out. But I wanted to make sure I put that out there. I probably won't be able to put this video out till tomorrow, or let's see. But I want to put that out there. Gracias for the, you know, acknowledging that, you know, maybe the way you approached it last time wasn't the most respectful. And I appreciate that, man. And everybody have a good day. I'm out.